Why do we all have that one friend who borrows money and just forgets it exists? At this point, it's not even about the money. It's a social experiment. We'll be chilling, minding our business, and he turns to me like, yo, can I borrow $5 real quick? And I'm thinking, that's nothing. Sure, real one behavior. Fast forward 2 weeks, he's eating good. New shoes, new hoodie, living like the economy never touched him. So I'm like, hey, about that $5. And he goes, oh yeah, I'll get you next time. Next time comes. Nothing. Next week. Nothing. Next month. He asks to borrow another $5. That's when you realize something. He remembers everyone else's money. But yours? Gone. Vanished. You ask again, and suddenly you're the villain. Like, bro, my bad for wanting my own money back. At this point, I'm not lending him money. I'm just donating to the Never Seeing This Again Foundation. Subscribe if you hate friends that do this. Why do we all have that one friend who never texts just to talk? Like, no, what's up? No, how you been? Just silence all the time. But the second he needs something, suddenly you're his best friend. Weeks go by with nothing. No messages, no check-ins. Then one random day, out of nowhere, you get a text that just says, yo, no context, no explanation. Just one word sitting there, and you already know. This is bad. This is not a conversation. This is a setup every single time. So you wait for the follow-up, and there it is, right on cue. Can you help me with something? And it's never small, never simple. It's always a favor, a ride, some money, help moving, fixing something. But when you text him needing help, suddenly he's busy every time, message seen, no reply. At this point, let's be honest. We're not friends at all. I'm just customer support. Open 24/7, with no benefits. Subscribe if you saw yo and already signed. Why does this keep happening? Why do we all say you too? At the worst possible moment. Like someone says, enjoy your meal, and your brain just clocks out. No thoughts, head empty, you just say you too, out loud with confidence. Like you practiced it your whole life, and you hear it as it happens. That's the damage, because you're aware in real time. You don't black out. You suffer. Now there's silence. Dangerous silence. The waiter pauses for half a second, long enough to remember. Now they walk away politely, which somehow feels personal. Now you're standing there replaying it. Like, wow, that's who I am now. Not my name, not my personality. Just the person who said you too. At a restaurant in public, subscribe if you felt this physically. Why do we all have that one friend who disappears for 5 years? No texts, no calls, no explanation, no warning, just gone off the map. Then one random day, out of nowhere, you get a message like nothing happened. Yo, that's it, just yo. No apology, no context. Like, bro, you missed an era, I moved houses, changed jobs, had character development and trauma, you missed birthdays, holidays, a whole global event, actually multiple. But you text me like it's yesterday. Like, yeah, bro, I remember you, we talked 5 years ago and now you're back with confidence asking what I'm doing like you didn't vanish. At this point, I don't even know you. You're not my friend, you're a memory. Welcome back, though. I guess subscribe if this friend just reappeared. Why do we all have that one friend who completely changes personality? The second new people show up. Like 5 minutes ago, you were normal. We were just talking like regular humans, then someone else walks in and suddenly you're louder for no reason. Different slang, different voice, acting like a main character. Bro, where did that accent come from? We don't talk like that. Be serious. You start laughing harder at mid-jokes, telling stories you've never told me, trying to be funny for the crowd, and I'm just standing there watching this transformation like, who is this, because I don't know him. 5 minutes ago you were chill. Now you're performing like it's an audition for what a personality upgrade. And the worst part, after they leave, you go back to normal. Like nothing happened at all. Bro, that was a full character switch. I don't even feel betrayed, just confused. At this point, I need subtitles, because I don't know which version I'm getting. Subscribe if you've seen this happen. Why does Discord need my face? I just wanted to join a server, talk about games, send memes, and suddenly it says, verify your identity. For what? I'm not opening a bank account. It's a group chat full of Roblox brain rot. Now I need face ID to say bro in general chat? Be serious. What are we doing? What's next? Retina scan to send emojis? DNA sample to change my username? Please look directly into the camera. Why are we scanning faces to argue about Roblox brain rot? Half the server is under 18, and now they're locked out of their own servers. All because Discord decided we need face scans. I didn't sign up for biometric verification. It's Discord, not the airport. I swear next update they'll ask for fingerprints just to react with a skull emoji. I just wanted to talk to my friends. Now I'm being treated like a classified document. Subscribe if this caught you off guard. Why is we need to talk so terrifying? Nobody says that for something good. No one in human history has texted, we need to talk, and followed it with, you just won $1 million. The second I read that message, my soul leaves my body. I'm replaying every mistake I've made since 2014. Did I say something weird? Did I forget a birthday? Am I fired? Am I canceled? Am I somehow wanted in 3 countries? For what? Breathing too loud? Existing incorrectly? And they never explain. It just sits there. We need to talk. That's it. No context. No warning. Now I'm staring at my phone like my life depends on it. You type, about what? Delete it. Type it again. Delete it again. Because what if asking makes it worse? Now I'm creating full documentary episodes in my head. I'm drafting apologies for things I haven't even done. Looking at flights to another country. And after 30 minutes of psychological torture, they finally reply. You open the message with your heart pounding. And it says, did you take my charger? Are you serious? I just experienced a near-death emotional event over a $5 charger. Stop texting like you're HR. Say it immediately, like a normal human. Because we need to talk is emotional terrorism. Subscribe if your heart dropped just reading that. Why does I'm almost there never mean almost? Nobody has ever sent that text and actually been close. You ask, where are you? They say, I'm almost there. You look outside. No one. 5 minutes pass, still no one. You check their location. They're 18 minutes away. 18. At this point, just say you're at home. Don't lie to my face with confidence, because almost there means I just left. Or worse. I haven't showered yet, and they keep updating you. 2 minutes. Refresh location. Now it says 20 minutes. How did it go up? Did you start walking backwards? Then they finally show up, acting casual. Like they weren't in another zip code 20 minutes ago. Stop saying almost. Say, I'm still at my house. Subscribe if I'm almost there has ever betrayed you. Why does relax make everything worse? Nobody has ever said relax and made it better. You're just talking, normal voice. Not yelling, not pacing. Then they go, relax. Excuse me? I was relaxed. That's the crazy part. Now I'm standing there thinking, do I look like I'm flipping tables right now? Because I wasn't doing anything. And then they say, calm down. Calm down? I'm literally standing still. Those 2 words have never calmed anyone down. Now I have to explain myself. I am calm, which already means I'm not calm anymore. And then they go, see, this is what I mean. Like I just punched a hole through the drywall. What do you mean? You just created the problem. Stop telling people to relax. It has never worked a single time. Subscribe if relax has ever made you more mad. Why do people leave you on scene, then get mad when you don't reply? You text them, they read it, no response, just silence. You wait a little, still nothing. Alright, cool. So you stop replying too, match the energy. Now suddenly, why are you ignoring me? Ignoring you? You left me on red like I exposed your family secrets. But now it's disrespect. Now it's communication matters. Where was that energy when you saw my message? You had time to scroll, time to post, time to react to stories, but not 3 seconds to type a reply? Then they hit you with, I was busy. Busy doing what? Defusing a bomb in your living room? If you saw it, just say you saw it. Don't flip it on me like I hacked your bank account. Stop leaving people on scene, then acting shocked when they move the same way. Comment if someone tried to blame you for this. Why do people say, I'll text you, then disappear like they entered witness protection? You said you'd text. I didn't hallucinate that. We were standing there. You looked me in the eyes. I'll text you. Cool. So I wait. That night. Nothing. Next day, still nothing. Now it's been long enough that I look stupid checking my phone. But you're active, posting stories, liking pictures, living life like you didn't promise anything. And if I bring it up now it's, I was busy. Busy doing what? Serving a prison sentence with no phone access? You said you'd text. Not, if I remember. Not, if I feel like it. If you don't mean it, don't say. Comment if someone said, I'll text you, and vanished. Why do people say, it was just a joke? After saying something they know was disrespectful. Like you'll randomly say, that's why nobody likes you. Everyone goes quiet. Now suddenly it's, relax, it's just a joke. A joke? Where was the funny part? Because that didn't sound like a punchline. That sounded personal. You didn't tell a joke, you tested the room and it didn't go your way. Now it's, you're too sensitive. Too sensitive? You just tried to embarrass me in front of everyone. And when it backfired, you hit the emergency exit. If it was really a joke, you wouldn't need a defense speech. Unless you thought you were headlining a comedy show. Say what you mean, but don't hide behind, just kidding, when nobody's laughing. Comment if someone ever hit you with, it's just a joke. Why do we all have that one friend who goes through one breakup and suddenly becomes a life coach? Last week he was refreshing her Snap score. Now he's preaching emotional independence. He watched 3 podcasts, 2 TikToks, 1 motivational reel. Now he's diagnosing everybody. Bro, you're trauma bonded. Trauma bonded? He was texting his ex at 3 a.m. yesterday. Now it's, protect your energy. He couldn't even protect his own password. And don't let someone else have relationship problems. Suddenly it's a 45-minute voice memo. Like he got certified overnight. He didn't find peace. He didn't grow. He unlocked premium delusion. Give it 2 weeks. He'll be back with, I miss her. Comment if you know this friend.